So should we take some points off of?
Well,
I mean, carries. I don't know if they deserve that. I think we should just take.
I mean, we should
off of them.
have really added these up before we started.
Yeah, maybe Brett. I don't think Brett team scored that. They couldn't score that many.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
wow.
That doesn't make any sense to me. I think. Yeah, definitely Leah's.
Hey, so are we live yet? I just want to heads up before.
Oh, hey guys,
we're live.
Hey!
Welcome.
Welcome, man. We are so glad to be here. Quarantine Cup week 2. And we're just going over the numbers that have come in so far. The competition has been a little...
It's been heated.
Yeah, very heated. There's some
to
leaders who have actually gotten into fights almost. So
yes.
It's getting pretty personal to some of our leaders, and we'll be talking about that in a little bit. But we wanted to give you an update.
That's why we were subtracting some of those points.
Yeah, because, anytime you bully someone.
Poor sportsmanship.
Yes, out. So anyway, here is our top 3. And a lot of you did a great job. And we just wanted to give you the top 3. So you want to go with
it's close.
It's
like,
very close.
There is no
very
one
close.
yet that's like you're already out.
Yeah.
You know, like
right.
It's really close.
Right. And we will say there are some people who did actually get the memorization piece.
Yes.
So for those of you who are like, oh, is that even possible? There were some groups that did that. So
and there are some groups that laid a big old goose egg.
Yeah, there are some goose eggs out there. But let's go with number 3.
In third place, Jessica McKillop and her 8th grade girls group.
8th grade girls?
Not all of them.
Just Jessica.
Just a pocket.
Just a small chosen pocket. Probably the overachievers, probably the ones who are really spiritual and really, that would be my guess.
Incredible.
That'd be my guess. It's number 2, Katie.
Whoa. Oh, you already spoiled it.
Katie Kafka's 6th grade girls group.
6th grade girls.
Second place right now. So 8th grade girls, 6th grade girls, and
they really represented at the drive-through.
They did that.
They had a lot of points from that.
Actually, that's the winner. The first and second place definitely maximized the drive-through. So
yes.
So what was the
and in first place, Caleb and Evan.
The 10th grade guys. 10th grade guys.
I think they all showed up at the drive-thru.
I think they brought some friends and they brought neighbors and but they had a lot. So
and the leaders came through.
Yep. So just for clarification on the bonus points, if you come through as a student, if your leader comes through as a student, those are each get points for that. So try to
like a leader coming through as a student.
Or a leader come through as a student or a student leader.
Make sure you tell us.
Yes.
You have to tell us. You have to engage the conversation. Last week it was Jensen. It'll probably be Jensen again next week.
Because Jensen's
you're here to get points. We're not asking you. So you have to say, Jensen,
and afterwards,
I'm here for this group.
Yeah, and you can't have your leader then afterwards go like, did you go? And you go, oh yeah, we all went. And it's like 22 people say that they went. And
zero.
No, we get 0. You get 0. Nothing. Yeah. Hey, some people may feel like, man, we did not get any points this week. And some people are way ahead of us. Is it even worth trying anymore? What would you say about that, Tyler?
Yes. So that's a great question. I would say number 1, work harder. Work harder. Over the coming weeks. You still have 3 weeks.
Wow.
The second thing I would say is for every group that gets at least 200 points in the Quarantine Cup, we are going to put your group into a hat. We're going to shake it up.
A literal hat?
Like a literal hat.
Ooh.
My duck hat, probably.
Oh, the duck hat. All right.
That's a
very
lucky
good.
Duck hat. Lucky
duck.
So we're going to shake it around,
winner.
And we're going to pull a name out of that hat, and you too will get to go experience either Amazing Pizza Machine or Topgolf. So you want to keep participating in doing this because everyone who's above 200 points gets thrown into the duck hat.
Yeah. 200 points, though. 200 points. Actually, we may change this by the end. I'm going to talk to Tyler. We may even add another opportunity to get your name in the hat. Not so
we like audibles.
Yeah, we like audibles. So looking forward to it. Keep going. You guys are killing it. Looking forward to this next week. This next week's challenges are going to be incredible. But before we get there, we need to introduce some special guests tonight, right?
Yes, and I will introduce them. So this is perfect, coming right off the Quarantine Cup. This group represented for a special group of 6th grade guys. So I'm going to have Blake, Isaiah, come on down.
Yo, what is up?
Yes.
Hello, everybody.
So I'm not gonna throw anyone under the bus. However, I tried to reach out to a couple different groups from the 8th grade girls, and they were not receptive. They didn't want to come onto the live screen. So these guys rose to the occasion. They're here. We're excited to hear from them. This is awesome. You guys have anything to say? I'm going to go behind the camera.
We don't crack in pressure. We don't. We're not scared like the 8th grade girls. They're scared of the 6th grade men. And
yes.
We don't crack under pressure.
Yeah, and before we go any further, 6th grade boys rock. They're the best. So
6th grade men.
My bad. That's on me. Yeah. 6th grade men.
6th grade men. I like it. So you guys really, you're here. I'm excited. This is your chance to really drop like some hype on the 6th grade boys. Your small group actually wants to throw a little bit of shade on the 8th grade girls. So we have a picture, right, from your small group last week.
Correct. Yeah.
All right, let's throw that up. And can you guys just explain what this picture is?
Yeah. So, we want to start a little rivalry here. Well, rivalry that's already been going. So it could be a little hard to read here. But what we did is on the top row, it says 6th grade guys. In the middle row, it's 2 greater than signs, of course, pointing up towards us. And on the bottom, it says 8th grade girls.
Oh, so interpret that. You told us what that is, but what does that mean then?
It means that the 6th grade guys are going to score more points in this challenge than the 8th grade girls.
Boom. I love it. I also like that it looks like Pac-Man up there. It's really incredible. So who in your group, just give these guys a shout out. Who are we looking at here?
On the top row will be Jordan on the left and Isaiah on the right. And then second row is Owen on the left and me on the right. And then Mason's on the bottom.
Yes. Love it. Was there anything that they wanted you guys to share with us tonight that they said, hey, Blake, Isaiah, we know that you guys are going to be here tonight. We want to communicate this to our 8th grade girls.
It was we haven't told any of them yet, but I'm sure they would all want the 8th grade girls to know how much we are better than them.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I agree.
That is
100%.
beautiful. I love it. All right. Well, thank you guys for being here tonight. We're going to move right into our scavenger hunt. So you guys ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right. So I'll give my phone number because I get the text messages. So text me 402-202-1260. And Blake and Isaiah are going to share what 5 things we're looking for tonight and give a little bit of the backstory of why we're looking for these things.
Oh, of course. Yes. I'll start us off. So there is 2 national days today that are very important. So the first thing that we're going to be looking for is a ballpoint pen. Yes.
Un
It's a
boligrafo.
ballpoint pen national day. It's incredible.
Yes. And then not to be confused with the rapper, the next one is iced tea day. Iced tea day. So whether it's a pouch of iced tea that you put in the water or whatever, or however you make iced tea, I'm not very familiar with that.
Or does a picture of the rapper Ice Tea work? If they have
Yes,
one?
yeah, if they would.
We'll accept it, I guess.
Has to be
It's
a
fine.
printed off picture of iced tea.
And then, where do you work, Blake?
I work at a bank, and at the bank, sometimes, on occasion, we deal with this thing called money. And so the next one will be money. It can either be a coin or a bill, but any type of money works.
Any type of currency?
Sure, yeah. Any type of currency.
Love it.
Foreign.
Yeah.
Could be a money order or a cashier's check.
Perfect.
Wow.
Some
I
pesos.
almost be
up in here.
impressed at that point, That'd be great. All right. And I work at a place called Outdoor Solutions. So if you've been doing any landscaping, maybe you've been there. And basically, I move a lot of rocks. So, if you could find the biggest rock you have and bring it into the picture with you, I would greatly appreciate that.
Yes. So
All right, and
this last one is real good. Don't forget it.
we kind of want to change this one up, Tyler.
Wait, what?
So his idea was a little more lame than ours. So
I
we're gonna
agree.
change this
Great.
up to a piece of paper that says 6th grade men rock.
Oh,
That's right. You heard us.
Nice little
you
audible.
heard it
Yep.
here, folks. So like an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper
Exactly.
that is written out.
Yeah.
6th
We
grade
need it real
men
big too.
rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And if multiple sheets of paper, if it has to take
Ooh.
up if they have poster board,
We'll accept it. Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe throwing a little art on it. I don't know. Yeah,
I
it'll
like
be real
it.
nice.
Awesome. Okay. Well, is there any closing thoughts as I'm waiting for this picture to come in that you would like to share?
We just want to tell our group hi and that we love
Yes.
them and we're proud of them for doing so good in the challenge.
Great week
and
one.
that it is expected because we think that highly of them.
Thank you,
Yes.
guys. That is great because usually people shout out to their moms, but you're shouting out your group. It's amazing. Isaiah, what about you?
Yeah, I would like to second that. And basically, 6th grade men rock. We're the best.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Brad, do you want to go back in? I am sorting through.
Thank you so much, guys. Hey,
Oh,
Tyler.
wait, do you guys want to chant anything as you walk off here?
Oh.
6th grade boys.
6th grade boys. 6th grade boys.
Love it. Love it.
That was amazing,
Love
Tyler.
it.
It was so good having guests up here. We've been asking for that. We've been offering to people. It just doesn't seem like people are always engaging that. So I think they deserve some points. I think,
Ooh.
I think they deserve some
I like
points
where
because
you're
they're
going
willing
here.
to come in here, willing to hype it up a little bit, do a little trash talking. I like it. So how many points per person should we give them for their group?
Man, they killed it.
Yeah, they
were
did.
the ones that responded.
I know.
They were the ones that represented.
How many points should we give?
I think 25 points apiece.
25. So it's 50 points
50
for their
points.
group.
Sixth
Yeah,
grade.
I can go with that. So,
That's-
all right, Janice,
I like it.
make sure they get 50 points for their group. And hey, get your group leader. Get your group leader excited. Have them respond to us. Make sure they get on here, and you could get points too. Tyler's looking through all of the great pictures. I'm sure he's
I have
getting.
to make sure that they have everything in there. There's a lot of people saying 6th grade boys don't rock.
Oh,
They're wrong.
Ouch!
Wow.
Ouch! Wow!
You
Wow!
guys
Tyler's
already-
actually man.
Hold on a second.
I think this sets it up. Well, as you get ready,
I like
we are going. I don't know if you remember us talking about our city of the week, Palmyra, last week. Well, we've got a new city of the week that we thought, hey, you want to know little cities, little towns around Nebraska. So we wanted to highlight one each week. And we got a new one for you. And this is going to be the trivia question. You get, if you're the first one to comment correctly, your group gets 10 points for the Quarantine Cup. So again, on our side, first person in, correct answer. So what we need to do is you need to write the correct answer or type in the correct answer and your group leader's name. So we make sure we get it to the right group leader. So
Smart.
So here it is. We're going to have you guess the city or town first. It is the slogan is small town, big heart.
Ooh,
Small town, big heart.
that can describe a lot of.
It is the
Nebraska
second largest town in Johnson County.
That narrows it down.
It should narrow it down a little bit.
Do you know how many counties there are in Nebraska?
I do not have a clue.
I don't either. I always
Because
just
you grew
93.
93. Well,
Wow.
see, I did not grow up in Nebraska, so I use that as an excuse.
I just
You
remember we were 18
were in-
county.
you were 18th.
This
Is
is
that
like the largest, the 18th largest.
18th
county.
largest county?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Johnson County is probably a little bit
It
less than
might
that.
be 93rd.
It might be down there a little bit. So,
Yes.
do we got a correct answer yet? We do. The correct answer is Sterling, Nebraska.
Sterling, Nebraska.
So I don't know if anybody out there is from Sterling, Nebraska, but if you could prove that, I will give you an extra 10 points.
Whoa.
Because Sterling, Nebraska is not made up of a whole lot of people. So that's the second question is,
Second question.
how many people, according to their website, does Sterling, Nebraska have in their town? Second largest town in Johnson County, Nebraska. How
So not
many
the county seat.
It's not the county seat.
I've actually gone hunting in Sterling, Nebraska.
Really?
Yep. I have some good friends
Really?
who have a lake down there.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
How was it?
I actually fell through the ice at their lake.
Did you?
Yeah, it hurt.
How deep was it?
It almost came over my chest waders, but it was good.
Nice.
I lived.
Nice.
My
So it
shotgun
didn't
went
go.
flying across the ice.
It didn't go over the top and down, and
Oh,
didn't do that.
That
All
would be
right.
cool.
Cool.
Do we
Well,
have
give
a
it,
correct answer
we
yet?
do not have a correct answer.
Wait, are we doing plus or minus?
Oh no, this is the official Sterling. City of Sterling, Nebraska
it on their
website.
sign, so, like, the
Absolutely,
last
we got
person
it.
that
We got it. Here we go. Actually, we're going to go to an easy one. A lot of you will get this one. This will be a quick one.
It better be. I'll be disappointed.
What is the Sterling High School mascot? What is that? What is their mascot? This will be quick. Also, if you're a New York football fan,
Or that's saying Johnny the.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Right? I
What?
think it says that, right?
Really?
Johnny the...
Really?
Maybe that's a Nebraska thing.
Maybe it is.
It's a Husker thing.
That's good.
Johnny Rogers.
All right. It is not Rogers, though. But
It's
anyway,
not.
the Sterling High School Jets.
Johnny the Jet.
Johnny the Jet. All right, here we go. Let's stick with that theme. How many people, according again to their website, from pre-K through 12th grade are in the Sterling Public School system? How many students are in the Sterling Public School system?
So like 4 years old to 18 years old.
That's what it says. Pre-K
in their
through
high school.
not in their high school, because that would be awkward.
That would be awkward.
That
if
would
you
be
had
very
a
awkward.
4-year-old in
Yes.
their high
Yeah,
school.
4-year-olds in the high school. But
Might be really smart.
they would maybe.
Could
Or
cut
not
our
so
number-
much.
Had to cut our number down
Yeah,
drastically.
very. How many should be in high school?
Oh,
How many are
great.
current? I wonder
Any
if
answer yet?
no right
right
answers. Again, this is according. You have to go to the official Sterling, Nebraska website or Google. But Google could be wrong. All right, this is the last question. This
Oh,
is
wait,
the
what
last
was the
question.
answer?
Oh, the last question is 198. 198 people
198.
from pre-K through 12th grade. Okay, this is what's going to take a little bit. What or how, and this is good. You're going to have to think about this, or you're going to have to figure out how to write this. But Leah, our official scorekeeper, will be the ultimate
Ultimate say.
judge on this one.
Yeah.
How did Sterling, the city, get named?
Ooh.
You know, usually you think Sterling. I would think, it's probably after somebody like whose last name was Sterling.
Like Sterling Silver.
Yeah, like if you were like, just think if your family like founded a town, what would they call it?
The
Sheetsville,
town of Sheets?
the town of Sheets. Would they call it Sheetsville, Sheetsburg?
Sheetsburg. That's a good one.
God, that's good.
That sounds
I bet
good.
we could find a place that we could like
rename.
rename a town or form
I like
our own town
I
and
like it.
call it Sheetsburg.
Yeah, I think we could. But kind of a hint of this
Yes,
is it pertains to something that we just looked for in our scavenger hunt.
yes, it does.
Right?
connect- yeah, that
Full
was
circle.
good. Oh,
Full
wow.
circle.
Wow, it's amazing. Like we
Yes.
had this.
Oh,
plan.
but going back to scavenger hunt.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Oh,
have to
we
look
got it.
through. I have to look through. There's some controversial answers.
Oh, good. Controversy.
So
We love
I
this.
will get back
Here,
to you.
If you did not know this about Sterling, Nebraska, this is incredible. There were 3 guys when they founded the city. They decided they would flip a $20 gold coin to see who got the rights to name the town. And the guy who won name was Mann, M-A-N-N. And he decided
What a
that
man.
What a man.
What a
Instead of Manville, which would have been awesome.
Oh,
I think that's perfect. It would have been perfect. But no, he decided he would name it after his city where he grew up in, which was Sterling, Illinois.
ugh. Manville's so much better. I would move there.
I know, but
They would have a lot more than 100.
we're just trying to help you get to know Nebraska while we connect and get points for your team. One last, actually, we should give some points for this.
We
one
should
too.
give some points.
All right, here we go. This one's the last question,
Yes.
and we'll only give you a couple minutes. What is the current job that the city of Sterling is trying to find? They are advertising for a job posting. They're looking for this. What job
Like
posting?
legitimately. We
This is
can't make
legitimate.
up.
This is perfect. I would say it's
Should I
almost.
give them a hint?
I would say it's you could
A hint. A hint would be
Yes.
this leads in perfectly to our next guest for the night.
Yes,
But not really guest.
It's not really a guest. It's somebody you know, somebody you love, somebody you might say, well, they must be looking for an artist. But no, it is not an artist they're looking for. What is the city of Sterling looking for?
A librarian.
A librarian, and our residential librarian, artist, and overall amazing person, Jensen, is going to come up and talk. Week number 2, Quarantine Cup. She's going to present our topic tonight and challenge you.
Did overalls come up because she's wearing overalls? I like that.
That looks.
That was another full circle.
Wow.
Full circle.
Anyway,
All right,
here
I'm
is
off.
Jensen.
I'm off.
Give her plenty of attention and love.
Hello. Yes, I do wear many hats here at LBC, being a librarian and an artist, and my actual job here, discipleship assistant. So it's good to see you all virtually. I know this isn't quite the same, but still good. Tonight we're on week 2 of June of our Quarantine Cup series. So I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about this topic that I actually have some experience with myself. And so I'm really excited to share some personal stories with you guys and just to share my heart through this. So at one point or another, we've all probably felt lonely. That's pretty like a simple emotion that most people have in their lifetimes. So during this COVID season, especially, it's been hard not to feel alone when you're having to quarantine and social distance and all your activities are canceled. But maybe feeling alone is a reality for some of you. Or maybe you know someone who feels alone more often than not. But maybe you just fear becoming that person who feels alone. So there's been times in my life where I felt alone. And to be honest, I like to prevent myself from having to put myself in those types of situations where I do feel alone. But if I do find myself in a situation of being lonely, I try to find distractions so I don't have to think about what I'm actually feeling in that moment. So for example, I remember last summer I was driving out of town. I was going to Omaha and it was kind of raining, but all of a sudden I was listening to my radio and that really annoying like beep, beep, like the weather alert system comes on and they're like, there's a tornado warning in your area. So I'm like, oh shoot. So I pulled over the car at a gas station and I'm like, let's just kind of sit it out and wait. And I called my dad. I was going to his house and he was like, I think you should turn around and maybe just see what happens. So I was super close to my house still. So I went home and just thought I'd wait it out. Well, my roommates had gone away for the weekend as well. So I walked into a completely dark, empty house. And here I am in a tornado warning all alone in my house. And I thought, well, I better go to the basement because that's what my parents always taught me when I was younger. And so I headed down there and I was horrified that maybe this tornado was come through and I'm completely by myself. And it would just be this horrible situation. So to distract myself, I decided just to watch my favorite TV show and just kind of wait it out until the storm passed. Another example, many of you know, last year, Brett and I got married and I figured, great, I will never have to be alone ever again. I will have my husband with me all the time. It'll be perfect. Turns out that's not the case because, you know, sometimes one of us is out of town for something or maybe we're going, to hang out with friends for the weekend, something like that. So what's the next best thing? We'll get a dog and we'll just always be prepared for when one of us is gone. So I thought, perfect. If Brett's gone, I have my dog, we'll be great. Well, problem is getting married or getting a pet or turning on your favorite TV show or whatever other distraction you might use does not solve the problem of loneliness. So the ultimate, it'll fix it temporarily. In the moment, you might feel great. You have your pet, you have, someone by your side, you have a distraction, you'll feel okay. But the ultimate fix is going to be Jesus, because that will last forever and you'll ultimately feel that fulfillment and peace that you can't find anything else. Because he actually knows what's going to happen and he's in control of your life. So I had to kind of learn this more so in a difficult way. No one really told me this beforehand. So 2 years ago, when I was overseas in Asia, I was spending six weeks there on a mission trip. And within the first week, I'd realized it was going to be the most challenging time of my life. I immediately was super homesick. I had super bad culture shock. But through it all, when I talked to people on my team, no one else seemed to be feeling that way. And so I really felt that I was truly alone in that scenario. And I was in a country I was unfamiliar with, and I was going to be there for 5 more weeks. So I wasn't going to get out of it easily. None of my comforts back home were going to be very much help to me. When I was fighting an internal battle of feeling alone, which put me in a really vulnerable place, which allowed the enemy to really get into my mind. So while we were there as a team, we were reading through Isaiah for our daily quiet times. And so I kind of came across this verse in Isaiah, and I really felt that this was going to be really beneficial for me the rest of the time. So it's Isaiah 41:10. And it says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." So when I first read this, I instantly felt God was speaking directly to me. Because here God is telling me he's going to give me everything I needed in that time that I was away. It's having a hard time, feeling really lonely. He was going to comfort me. He was going to help me. He was going to give me the strength I needed. And all I had to do was believe it. It's simple. So I took this verse and I wrote it down on a little note card and I placed it in this thing called a verse pack. So I wrote it down while I was there and I carried my verse pack with me everywhere. So when I felt especially lonely or I just felt kind of just out of control and just needed a grip on life, I pull out my verse pack and I would read it and feel that comfort. And eventually I memorized the verse, and when I felt like I was alone, I would speak it out loud to myself. So I really knew that God was right there with me and going through this and understand what he was promising me in those verses. So in the first line of the verse, God does two things. He commands us to not be afraid, and he promises that he is always with us. God doesn't ever leave us. He fights through our battles with us and is never going to abandon you. Think about that. The God of the universe is never going to leave your side. He promises that he is with us. I don't know about you guys, but that's super comforting to me. So if you're someone who fears loneliness, or you just hate that feeling of being alone, just know that if you've accepted Jesus, you don't have to feel alone. God doesn't want that for you, because he's ultimately in control of your life and he's with you every step of the way. So I want to challenge you that the next time you feel lonely, talk to God. Maybe use this verse I read, Isaiah 41:10, or use a different verse that you might connect with more, and memorize it so you always have it when you need it. So you're just ready. It's right there in your mind, so you can say it to yourself. Or if scripture memory is hard for you, or you just want to try something different, maybe a little easier way out, I'll give you a little handout here. Just pray to God. He wants to talk to you. He's always there listening for you. Just ask that he comfort you and give you peace, because God is faithful to his promises and you're not ever alone. Let me pray for you guys. Dear Lord, thank you so much for today. Thank you for the ability that we get to do ministry on Wednesday nights still during this COVID season. I pray for all these students that loneliness could not be their reality, and I pray that they understand that you are always with them, Lord, and that you want to comfort them, strengthen them, and help them in times of need. God, I just pray that they would recognize this, understand this, and that would breathe their prayer also. Pray for the rest of the night, and just as we go into small groups, that there could be good discussion over this, and that you'd be speaking to students through this. Pray this all in your name. Amen.
Wow. Thanks, Jensen.
Thanks, Jensen.
That was great. I know that for many of us, this season has been a season of feeling alone. Just feeling like nobody knows what I'm going through. Nobody knows what's going on. I'm kind of locked into my room at home. Now that it's a little bit, some people are starting to get out. That even makes it feel lonelier if you're one of those people that maybe aren't doing a lot yet, and it may feel like you're even more alone. And we want to encourage you. Take what Jensen said, what she taught us, and like realizing that God's there for us. And we also want to make sure that we're offering, like, connect with your leader. But Jensen's another person. Like maybe you're a girl in our ministry that just has a tough time finding a place somebody to talk to. Jensen's a great person that you could reach out to. She would be willing to talk to you, and just again, she's not going to be the answer, but she can point you to the answer. But we really don't want you to feel like you're isolated, like there's no hope, that there's nobody that really understands you, because we want to make sure that we're reaching out. So,
yeah, for sure. Awesome. Well, yeah, so we have a couple of announcements. The first thing that I want to talk about is Monday drive-thrus. So we're still doing it. The month of June is Decades in June. You know what this next week is, Brad?
What year? What decade?
What decade? It's the 80s. So one of my favorite. I've been playing some music at the beginning.
Really? Yeah.
That's kind of centered around the decade.
Music has begun. It was amazing how many people were there this last Monday.
It was incredibly hot.
It was very, very hot.
We had a tent. We were blasting 70s music, and Brad was wearing a sport jacket. So.
It was pretty phenomenal. But you guys killed it. The kids ministry. We do this with the kids ministry. They're going like, why are all these people here?
Yes.
We were going like, because they're going for bonus points.
Yes. So remember, you have to tell the person with the clipboard, usually Jensen, I'm just going to make that executive decision. Jensen is going to be the gal that you're going to want to shout out the window and say, Jensen, mark me down for this group for 5 points.
Now that you know her face for sure. So you can't even say, I don't know who Jensen is. Which one is Jensen? I don't know her. No, now you do. So there you go.
Yeah. So I do have a winner too.
Ooh, yes.
So this is great. This is great because she's an 8th grader.
She's an 8th grader?
I had to go through tons of pictures that said 6th grade men do not rock or don't or smell. But the humility of this 8th grade girl means you win. So it's Maya Duran. And before anyone pushes back, I did have her verify that is a rock in her hand. So you just can't see it in this photo. But they found everything in their car. They're driving, they're watching in their car, which is incredible. And in the Hydro Flask is peach mango tea. So real incredible. So Maya, since you don't live here in Lincoln.
And since you're traveling right now.
Since you're traveling, we'll give you the option. I'll text Carrie back and I'll give you the option. If you want points for your group, 20? You think 20 points? 10 points? What do you think? 10 points? 10 points.
10 points.
10 points. 10 points. You can choose 10 points for your group or I'll mail you a gift card. So yeah.
Oh man, come on, you're putting her in a hard place. All right. Anyway, we got to keep moving. So here we go for the quarantine challenge for this week, week 2. Here are the things for 25 points.
In order to feel known, we have to share with each other details about our lives. So schedule one additional Zoom meeting where each person shares for 2 minutes about their favorite holiday. So this is just a chance to get to know each other.
Yeah. Easy.
Really easy.
25 points.
Brad, what about for 50 points?
50 points. Share Prairie Chris with each other during your small group time, whether that's tonight or whether that's some other time. Some of you meet different time. Assign each person a prayer accountability partner, and they have to follow up with each other 3 times this week. That's just a quick text. Hey, praying for you. Hey, you said pray for your sick dog. Been praying for your sick dog. So it's 3 times following up throughout the week. Again, pretty easy.
Yep, set it up tonight.
But want to make sure that you have a chance to get some points. Now we're going to get to the little bit harder.
75 points.
Yes.
Right before the big one.
Yes.
So 50% of small group members memorize Isaiah 41, 10 through 13, and recite it to your leader. So we know that was hard this last week. Actually, only raise the bar.
Only 3 groups were able to get that, but we lowered the bar a little bit to just 50% of your group, not 75%. So just 50% of your group memorize.
Puppy dog eyes do not work.
Yes.
On me or
no.
Matt. Just
no. Oh, but we did 38 letters. Does that count? Doesn't count. Okay. Just want to be serious.
Yes. Right. And the last one,
100 points. 75% of your group will make and serve a meal for your family. Take a selfie with your family and the meal and send it to your small group leader. Because not alone means being around family. Nothing says love like that.
Nothing says
So
love.
What are some ideas? Just we don't all freak out like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to make any food. What are some,
like if you struggle at boiling water, so maybe here's some options for you. You could order your family Taco John's or Taco Bell. I like tacos.
Or how about donuts in the morning and everybody?
Breakfast is real low-hanging fruit. I think you should serve your family every morning breakfast because it's that easy.
Yeah.
Pour some cereal in a bowl, put some milk on it.
But they have to be in the picture. You can't just like put 5 bowls with cereal on it and call that good.
And then eat all 5 of them.
Yeah,
your family has to be.
They have to be in the picture to count 75%. And if all your family can't be there, but a couple of them can, like if you have a sibling, maybe you take care of your sibling during lunch, and we could work with that. But
be safe. Don't start your house on fire. But if you like to cook, you can make something.
Yeah.
If you grill,
yeah,
don't burn it. Just all that stuff.
No, whatever it is, we're looking for good pictures here.
If you need some pointers on grilling, I'm your man.
And if you need somebody to make food for, Brett and Jensen are up for it. So if you're like, I don't have family, Brett and Jensen said they will be your family for this week. If you want to make them food, bring it to their place, they will take the picture with you. So just as a heads up.
That's true.
All right. Now,
happy anniversary.
Before we end up in, oh, by the way, it is happy anniversary, Brett. Brett and Jensen's birthday. Anniversary is this weekend. So happy 1-year anniversary. And not your birthday.
1-year-old birthday.
But 1-year-old birthday. But going into next week, we are going to bring a special guest in. But to prepare, Tyler's going to prepare us for next week. Go for it.
Yes. So we have a special guest coming in next week. And we're kind of centered around loving those that aren't like us. So we want to set this up really well. And we actually want to focus and answer questions that you all have. So tomorrow, we're going to send out a remind. And you can reply right to that remind. It goes right back. It doesn't go to everyone. When we send out a reminder, it goes to everyone. But when you reply, it comes directly to myself, Brad. That's who it comes back to. So ask your questions. And a question might be like, I'm terrified to walk across my dining hall at school and sit by the student who is all alone. Or it might be, man, I have elderly neighbors and I have no idea how to interact with them. Can you give me some pointers? It can be across the board, but really we wanted to focus around this idea of loving those that aren't like us. So that'll be next week. We'll have a special guest and hopefully we can answer some of the questions that you guys have.
Yeah, and those people, again, what Tyler was saying, those people could be a different age group, a different ethnic group. It could be just a different social group. It could be at school. Like, how do you love those annoying marching band people? You know, they're just weird.
Mm-hmm.
And those high school football players, they're really tough to deal with.
Those jocks, man.
Yeah, those jocks. I mean, look at Tyler. Can you imagine how many people dealt with him?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's rough.
Yeah. All right. We are having a blast in this quarantine cup. Make sure that you remember to do those challenges. Tag in with your small group leader. Hope to see you at Monday drive-through. Get some extra bonus points. And hey, be looking. You never know when bonus points may be awarded for random things. And get ready for what's happening next. We're excited. One last thing. If you're ready, we'd love for you to come to church Sunday. If that's a next step for you, we'd love for you to be a part of coming. Our church is opening up and we have 450 seats at each service. And you can go online to reserve your seat. But if you're ready to come back and worship as a big group, we'd love to have you. And you get to pick where you sit. When you walk in the doors, your spot, when you reserve a spot, it's just reserving a ticket to get in the doors, then you could pick. So like if you guys get together and say, hey, let's all go sit in section 5 when we come in, that'd be cool too. So there's social distancing. There's some really great things going on, but we opened up this past weekend. It was awesome. I'm going to be there this week. I think Tyler's going to be there.
He's scanning tickets.
And I'm going to be ushering somewhere inside the auditorium. So again, if you're ready, if not, that's great. Watch online. But if you're ready, we'd love to invite you to join worship Sunday morning, 9 and 11.
Woohoo!
All right. Have a good one.
Peace out.
See ya.
After a while.
Bye-bye.
Crocodile. Later, Gator.